Interesting.
It might have been San Diego. Maybe I don't know. After I talked to
Yeah.
New York, my agent called me in New York. He was like, New York want to give you 17. I said,
Mm-hmm.
all right, cool. We on it.
That's what's up.
We on it. We
That's
on it. He was like, no,
what's up.
they trying to give you what you want. I said, all right, cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll take that.
So I mean, now you're in New York. You're in the same division though. You're playing against the same team.
Yep.
Kind of going to a similar kind of not similar exact same, but you've got like a two-time Super Bowl. You've got a veteran QB in Eli Manning. You've got a good wide receiving core with Sterling Shepard's up and coming. You got OBJ. You got Victor Cruz. You got a good core there. What was that like? And what's that like? And also, what's OBJ like? Like, what is he a cool dude? I gotta know. Like, everyone always outside, but I
Everybody
can't.
always asks about OB.
I think he's a competitor.
Yeah, he's a competitor. No, my when I first got to New York, it was just Ruben Randall, Victor Cruz,
Yeah.
and Adele. That was their wide receiver, and then they had Preston Parker too.
Okay.
And so they had a deep little receiving core when I first got there. But when I first got there, they didn't want me to play receiver anyway. They just told me to come in, play special teams, return punts and kicks. That's what they wanted me to do.
Hmm.
And so when Victor went down, they put Preston in, uh, and I don't know what happened with him. And
Hmm.
so I think he went down, and then I went in, and so when I first got there, I wasn't even supposed to play receiver.
Mm.
So I get thrown in the fire playing receiver, and
Yeah.
I was playing what 100. I was playing 100 plays a game.
Damn.
I was getting 100. I was getting 100 snaps a game.
Wow.
And like I was playing full time slot receiver, doing everything on
Hmm.
special teams, returning kicks, running down on punts. Like I was doing all that.
Yeah.
And so and then the next year they ended up drafting Sterling. They ended up drafting Sterling the following year.
Hmm.
And
But that was
and
your
then
Pro
once
Bowl
they
year,
draft
right? 2016 when they
so
drafted Sterling.
yeah, the year they drafted Sterling, um I didn't really play. I played once. I probably played one snap at receiver. I had one catch and one touchdown in the same game.
Mm. That's what's up.
one target, one catch, one touchdown.
Hey, hey,
Like, so
good stat.
I really didn't even play. I didn't even play receiver that much.
Hmm.
And then that's probably about one of my worst returning years. I think I wasn't even averaging at the 25-yard line that year, and I was like probably like averaging like 5 yards on returning that punt return, and I still ended up going to the Pro Bowl. Probably my lowest tackling year, everything. But the year before, I didn't even go to the Pro Bowl, and I had one of my best years ever.
Mm. It's funny how all that
Like,
works out. And like,
yeah,
I'm
like
curious. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was like, I was top. I was what top. I was in top. I was a top kick returner or number two. I was in top five
Hmm.
for sure. Top five punt returner, and I was number two in tackling special team tackles.
Mm. Wow.
And that year, still
And
didn't go to
didn't
the
make the
Pro
Pro
Bowl.
Bowl that year, but the following year with the
Didn't make
low.
the Pro Bowl that year. But the following year, I didn't. I probably had 12 tackles compared to my 18 from the following year. I was
Hmm.
averaging like 27 yards on kick return, and I was averaging about 10 yards on punt return.
Damn.
Still didn't go to the Pro Bowl. Had my worst year. Go to the Pro Bowl.
I'm so curious, actually. Like, do you, and it's okay if you do you know off the top of your head who was picked for the year of that Pro Bowl for like kickoff returns? Because I'd be like, this dude better have some fucking
Who
stats
was
over me.
picked? Oh
Like,
my god, who?
these man, this man
I
better
can't
have
remember
some
who was picked.
stats.
I can't remember who was picked that year.
Uh-huh.
I can't
That's
remember
I
who
was
was
gonna
picked
say
that
because
year.
that's nuts.
I think Cordell Patterson was the kick returner for sure. I think that
Uh,
year.
uh, See, I'm a
But
little biased to that.
I don't know who was the punt. I don't know who the punt returner was,
I got
or the special or the
2015.
special
Ah,
or the special team guy.
Devin Hester was still there at kick
Yeah,
return for. Oh
Hester.
Guaranteed.
damn, that's a tough. I mean, that's a competitive
Yeah.
group. I mean, he must have been putting up numbers, and that's when he was in Atlanta. But still, I mean, as a fan, I remember he had a few returns, but I don't know if it was like Pro Bowl worthy. But hey, interesting.
I think his first year in Atlanta was his best year. I think he had
Yeah,
like maybe two or three touchdowns that year.
I was gonna say that was
But
2015.
I think that's the year he broke the record.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. I
Makes
was gonna
sense.
say that was right before the year Atlanta made their somewhat of a run too. So like maybe he was getting that out. But either way, going back shifting to the Pro Bowl, what was that like in the sense of like they always make the Pro Bowl, and especially like nowadays they make it a little bit, they try to make it more enticing. Is the Pro Bowl as laid back as it looks? Is it kind of just a good relaxed time you get to meet everyone?
The Pro Bowl is literally, you really don't even. We really don't do nothing. Literally, like, it's probably the most laid back is walkthrough prep. Like, you literally not doing anything. Like, you literally sit there, you talk, you catch the like, you just really out just playing just catch. Really, that's mostly what you're doing the whole time. And people just finding out what they doing. Like, how long you gonna be playing? What you gonna be doing?
Right.
They're trying to figure out where they going to party at. Like, ain't nobody really doing nothing. Like, it's the most laid back. Like, having the people come to practice, they be wasted from the night before. So, so it's like, all right, nobody really want to do no running. So it's like, all right, we ain't doing nothing today, y'all. We just gonna talk through this, walk through this, and we out 30 minutes. go
So kind of alluding to that.
Go sign autographs, take pictures with the fans.
So like kind of alluding to that, like you said with like Dallas, like Jason Wooden was a hard ass kind of guy, and like Tony's a little bit older. What were Eli and like Victor and those guys like that, or were they what was practices like? What was the practice like in New York compared to maybe like Dallas?
Oh man, it was super easy. Like Dallas practice, man, I felt like we was out there all day long. Like I was like, I go home, I'd be tired. I'd be like, I go to sleep, pick up the next grind day. New York, man, we practiced 2 days out of the week. Fridays was a massage day. Like, it was big chilling. Like I was like, everybody like, this is what we supposed to be. We was in there like, come Sunday, everybody friends. We like, well, we feel so good. Legs so fresh. We ain't hitting nobody all week.
Right. No stress. There ain't no stress going on.
I was like, well, this is love right here.
That's awesome.
When I first got to New York, I used to hear stories about Tom Coughlin. Like,
I was gonna ask.
To this day, like his earlier years, like people were like, boy, Tom Coughlin is like his practice is like military. And so I'm there, I'm scared. Like my first day of practice, I'm there, I'm just looking around, looking at everybody else trying to fall in line, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to follow suit what's going on. Mm-hmm. And so, Tom Coughlin, he one of them coaches, like, so everything already 5 minutes ahead. So if you're on time, you're already late. So you got to be there early. Oh, yeah. So you're really there 10 minutes before you even start anything. So we'll go to practice, and Tom Coughlin was one of them coaches. He don't really say nothing. People just already know, like when he walk up, you just ain't talking no more. Like hear mid conversation. They was like, TC come, everybody straighten up. Like
everyone's just talking.
Pay attention.
Tom's talking.
Like he was just one of those guys that like people just respected like so much. Like he was probably one of my coolest coaches to this day. Like I love playing for Tom, and like he just gave me the opportunity, just go out and be me. And, and that's why my first year there, I was so successful, and like I was like he just demanded that so much, and on the players, and people just love to play for him, and he gave the opportunity to go out and play a receiver, and when nobody else would, he just gave me chances to just be out and go just do me what people know that I could do, and so I always respect him for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as time was kind of, or before I jump into the next thing, and did you have anything else for him about Tom Coughlin or anything, or Chris?
No, I was just gonna ask what was he like? Like I said, we have a different perspective of Tom, I guess, really from the media base. So
everybody got that. Yeah, Tom, he was one of them. Like I said, like I got some good friends who played with Tom when he was in Jacksonville, and like I was saying, like they used to say he was like military prep. They was full pass every day, going hard.
Yeah.
2 a day. Like I'm thinking, like, oh man, we about to have 2 a day. Like I'm thinking the worst, and then we get there, it's like, yo, we're gonna take it easy. We get there, like for our training camp, man. We had to do like our little we do our little mandatory physical, whatever. Make sure like everybody was working out for the summertime or whatever. When we come back in, He's like, you know what? We don't want to get nobody hurt. No one had to pull no hammies because some of y'all probably wasn't running. We just gonna have a walkthrough today. We're just gonna do a little jog, and then we're gonna go back in here. We're gonna watch some film. Be like, all right, so that's what I'm talking about.
Bet.
Call it a day. Say less, Tom. Say less. We out. And that was my first, like, that was the first impression of him, the first day, like, for real work, you know, and like, he just, like, his demeanor about how he used to go with things, like, it was real professional, like, but like, he really cared about the players and like how they felt. Like, he would take suggestions and like implement it into whatever we was doing. Like, cause a lot of the guys, like, their legs were, and he brought in like massage therapists on Friday. So Friday was like all like relaxed day. It was like spa day kind of. We have people like you get to pick what you want. Yoga, you have massages. You go cold tub, hot tub. We had like a little stretching area. Like, we had all meditation area, yoga. Like, we had all kind of stuff just for that, you know. And that just, and, you know, you don't know how much it helps you until it helps you.
Yeah.
Like, we think like it's like every day, but really it was really like a lifesaver though, because a lot of people be like during the season, man, you just be banged up so much, and you want to go home and go to sleep after work, and you get one Friday, you get to come in half day of practice, you know, you get massages, cold tub, it's a walkthrough, a light day, get off your feet, man, it's perfect.
And so, you know, that's going. You're having that sweet time in Dallas or in New York. When did you? You may have been like injured. When did you know you were moving to Oakland? And I guess you were not. Were you looking forward to going to Oakland? Because like you said in the beginning, you're like, man, that was one of the places I didn't want to go. So what was that transition to Oakland like?
Oh man, I didn't even know I was going, but I knew at some point they was gonna release me because they had just drafted Sterling. Tom had just got fired, and we had a shitty season, and so some people got to go. You got to make room for new people because everybody want all their guys or whatever, you know. And that time I had just got injured too, so it's like I just broke my foot, had surgery, so they don't really want to take no chance on me because I just had a shitty like year before. So it's like, all right, is he declining now?
Yeah.
And so once I got released, it was a little process. You know, I didn't know I was gonna go to Oakland. I was thinking about a couple other places before them, but when my guy Rich hit me up, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Oakland because that's my guy. You know, he's the guy who really made me the animal I am today. You know, as far as a special team guy. Like that, he taught me because I never tackled anybody ever. He was the first person that helped me tackle people. Like I wasn't tackling nobody.
Yeah.
And then he gave me a chance to get on the field when I was in Dallas, you know, to play gunner, and he found out how good I was. Because I met Rich way before. Like I met him when I was in Dallas my second year in the league. When he was in San Diego, and we was at a joint practice, and he came up to me. It was like 17. If he was on this team, you'd be playing. And so as soon as he came to Dallas, he was like, "Yo, you my guy. I want you to learn how to do this." I was like, "I ain't never done this before." He told me, he's like, "I just need you to run past everybody and just talk and do with the ball." I was like, "It's not easy enough." Sounds easy enough.
I was gonna say, sounds pretty simple, easy concept.
Yeah, sounds easy enough. And so the first time I did it, I didn't know what I was doing. Running down that gunner trying to tackle somebody, I had no technique, no nothing. And you know, he just showed me how to, like, you know, different stuff. And you know, I implemented my own stuff that I knew that I could do that would work. And so it made me a better player. Yeah. And now like I was probably one of the most feared gunners out in the league at the time. You know, like people still didn't want to go up against me. It wasn't because I was just fast. It was just because I was stronger than most DBs, so they really didn't want to press me. So it just made my job easier at the time. And then